do this, in theory, this should work. And I have Minecraft. Woot. Okay. This is a stream, and this is a game. We'll get there in a minute. Right. Well, anyway. It's been a while, isn't it? Hello everyone. I'm Phoenix, and welcome back to a game that I don't think I've really shown, and for some reason you don't really see it on YouTube much. It's strange. It's a really good game. It's called Minecraft. Don't know if anybody's heard of it. Just small indie, not owned by anyone huge or anything. Yeah, I wanted to do some Minecraft tonight because I'm doing some things with this thing anyway, but I don't think I've actually shown this on stream. I don't think so. I would quite like to get back into some Minecraft content at some point, but anyway, I'm making things here. I'm making things everywhere. Right, there is a tale behind this, but first I think I need to sleep. Well, let me just go and sleep, because at night the fireflies come out, but the swoopy things, the monsters, come out. I don't like them. They just kind of annoy me because you have to put a roof over your head. Let me just make sure that no, that's working. Sorry, I've not streamed for a while. Right. Anyway, so yeah, everything's good. Where was I? Oh yeah. I don't like the swoopy things that come out. They just annoy me. But anyway, I need to start up here. I think up here is a good place to start. But first I also need to just run in here and flick a button, because it will make sense. It will make sense. I need to press this button. Right. So, this mod pack is called All of Fabric. You can get it off the Curse launcher. And the reason why I went with this one is it's a reasonably small mod pack, but it's got Create in it, and it's also got a quest book to help you through some of the mods, because there are some mods here that I've not played with before. The main one I'm going down at the moment is this modern industrialization. And there's an awful lot of things that need to be made for more advanced machines to be crafted. And not to go too political, because this channel definitely does not deal with anything such as Brexit. The system that I've been working off at the moment is a sort of I have a store of materials, and when I need something, I'll click a button and it will make me a thing. That works up to a point where the AE system is getting so convoluted that actually it's not working properly. So as a result, my mission at the moment is to set up a series of machines with the Create mod, and kind of build a sort of a hybrid system whereby these pieces, these components, are made constantly. So I've always got a stock of base components rather than raw materials, which is currently what I've sort of had for a little while. Now, there is a little bit more history to this, but we'll go into this now. So, Hermitcraft they've got this server thing. It's the Hermitcraft server. Some of the people from the Hermitcraft server have actually started playing with the Create mod. And they're builders. And I don't mean this disparagingly at all, because some of the things that they create are insane. However, they are working through this mod from the point of view of absolute beginners. So they are doing things, they're making their own mistakes, they are creating some incredible things. Scar created a house on a cart, one of them, I can't remember who it was, created a spinning base, with the idea that you could have things on the walls and the ceilings, and then if you needed something you could just rotate the base, which I thought was really, really cool. So they are all doing some really, really cool things, but from a beginner's point of view, Create very much is a mod where you look at this. Let me just do at Create, and you think, oh god, there's so much stuff here, I don't know where to start. You've got seats, you've got panes, you've got the extendo grip, you've got potato cannons, you've got all sorts of crazy things in here. So I thought I might stream some Create as I build up the aluminium factory. We'll get into what's in that building and underneath it in a moment. But in order to understand quite what I will be doing later, I need to just kind of go through some very, very basic concepts now. So, I have on me the engineer's goggles, which is how I can do that. And I can see the generator stats is creating about just over 3,000 stress units at the current speed that it's at. Now, stress units are what the rotational force can handle. If you put more stress on the system than the generators can handle, the system shuts down. And so this is a system here that's being created by a wind generator. And this is always turning. And then when I want to put power into the system, I just kind of flick the toggle latch, or as I started the stream, I just pressed a button in there and that will just run. And that will move to the front, and they'll just harvest anything that is ready to harvest, and then it'll move back and it'll drop the grapes down into the rest of the machine. This one makes wine, which is pretty much my source of sustenance at the moment, and this one makes paper. So if I just wander down into here, we have a machine that's in here, and it's just making paper. And I can just take out the paper and I can drop it into the AE system because I've not built the bit that takes it over that way via tunnels underneath. I've not built that bit yet, so I'm getting there. But at the moment, the system is an awful lot better than the way it was. I just need to go and put this into the rubber farm. And this is where you start thinking, right, yes, some of these factories are a little bit that'll do, and yes, some of these factories very much are that'll do. That one's not finished yet. There's a few things that aren't finished yet, like this one, the implosion compressor, and this one, which is the distillation tower. This is because of the slight problem that I'm starting to run into. So this makes rubber, and that sticks into the AE system. I now just need to go into here because I bet I've got some hot ingots that need cooling. And now I'm just going to run upstairs and show you the small problem that I've ended up with. So in order to make a thing, parts need to be made in order for that thing to be made. And so I've got things like these basic machine hulls. I need to make some compressors, so I'll just quickly do that. I should have the parts. There it is, the electric compressor. I need 2 of these. Nope, I don't have the parts. So as you can see, I've just quickly made some electronic analog circuits. Sorry. And this is just basically putting it all through the AE system and crafting it up bit by bit. And so if I go into here, you can see that I've got all these things here. This is putting unnecessary strain on the AE system because if I need something, chances are I don't have it. And I've got technically 5 servers set up. This one's kind of, I don't know if this one's ever used, but these are the 4 main ones that are used. And for some of the more complicated stuff, I have to do it in bits because the AE system just can't cope. Another slight problem is that base components that I could very much quickly just make using create factories, I'm not doing that at the moment, so the AE system needs to do it, and it's taking up space in the existing AE system that I've got. I mean, if I go down this one, you can see I've got 6 molecular assemblers that are just all full of different components that, quite frankly, I could very well just make using create factories because I'm going to need them. So really I should be automatically crafting large amounts of them. So yeah, that's the small problem that I have. Now, this is the bit. So this elevator goes down one. It goes down more than one. And it goes up as well. So I'll start with the up, so you can start to see quite what's happening. All the ore that comes out of the auto miners there, not two, next to one another, go into the barrel, and then they go down the down here, down the belt, and then they get to this point here, at which point they split. Some of the ore goes down these two, and some of the ore goes down that one. So the one down the middle goes to here, and as you can see, this is every so often it's making stuff. I should just quickly craft up a couple of drills if I can. I'd also quite like to make that. Let's just see if I can craft all of those. As you can see, lots of components. I would also like to make some drills, so I would quite like to make one of those. I would also like to make a steel drill. I don't have any crafting CPUs. That's part of the problem that I've got. If I need to make a whole batch of drills, I can't because I'm making other stuff at the same time. So yeah, this one does base resources. It does lead and silver, tin, copper, gold, nickel and iron. And then that puts it into the AE system. Going down, this one does the other stuff, so things like redstone, lapis, emeralds, diamond, all that sort of thing comes through here, and it just goes through these big crushing wheels. Anything that's basically not on that filter to go upstairs goes through here. Then we get to this one. This one is, sorry, this one with the crushing wheels isn't actually working properly at the moment. I'm overstressing the system. I need to take it off. I need to give it its own independent system, but anyway. Like I've done with this one. Yeah, running on 4 water wheels. I've got rotational energy that's going through the system. This is where aluminium goes. I put bauxite in there, and out of here comes titanium and aluminium. Aluminium? I suspect that's the American spelling. I will be saying aluminium for the purposes of this video. If you're American, well, anyway, so yeah, so that just puts, so the aluminium comes through here into here, and then it gets just crafted up and gets sent back down. The titanium gets sent on the same run. However, this is where I need to start working on today. I say start, I've already started some of it before I broke for lunch because I was getting very, very confused. Right, so I need a way of crafting these things into components. Now, I want to try and avoid using power as much as possible. There are some things I can't get away with it because so aluminium comes in here, then gets split into bars and bars. Bars goes down this one and gets turned into plates, and this then gets split into plates and plates. Plates go into this one, into this spruce barrel, whereas plates go down here into this spruce barrel. It's quite important that I split plates from plates, because I don't want to get plates confused with plates, because I might need plates in order to make something that I need plates for, instead of plates that go into here. It's fine. Whereas this gets turned into rods. Now rods are going to be slightly different. So rods will need to be split here, so that rods go into the compressor, but they also go into a cutting machine here, so that they get turned into... Actually, no, I need a third one. I do need a third one. No. I do need a third one, because I need to be able to save some rods. I need a belt. So rods will be split into 3. Some rods will go into the compressor and get turned into the center of the rings. Do I need something else for plates? Damn it, I'm second guessing myself now. Yeah, no. So plates needs to actually be split into more as well. Because I will need to turn... I'm going to have to colour these. I've got some lapis next door. I had some lapis next door. Wait, no. I had some lapis upstairs, didn't I? I can colour the belts. Right, so plates will be blue to match the colour of the aluminium. Wait, no. Oh no, I need to turn it into dye. Oh, it doesn't actually use the plates. Okay. Except that's not plates. Excuse me while I just fix the problem. Okay. Yes, so no, that's... Oh, wait. No, that... No, that isn't plates. This is going to be rods, because I'm not going to be pulling out of that spruce barrel. In fact, well, I am, but it's going to drop into a chute underneath, and you might start thinking that Create is an awful lot more complicated than it seemed to be on the packet. Yes, it does get that way. This is why good documentation is really, really important in mods. And this is actually what I built my channel off. I say built my channel off. Some people enjoy some of the videos that I make. Some mods have appalling documentation, but Create isn't actually one of them. If I go into Create, and if I go into... And honestly, every mod should have this. It tells you what things do. It's been... God knows how long. There was a mod called Industrial Craft. In Experimental, the documentation was basically non-existent. I have 5, 6, 7 videos on how Industrial Craft works, and some of those videos have, I don't know, 20,000 views, possibly more. I have this strange suspicion that one of them has got 50,000 views. But the point I'm you know, it's not. It's more a testament to say that if a simple tutorial is being made online and it's being watched by, say, 20,000 people, it means that your documentation is appalling. And all mods need to have, at the very least, some sort of documentation in how it is that they actually work. This is why I quite like the idea of having a quest book, because the person who puts these mods together, you know, they're teaching how this mod works through the use of a quest book, and you get a little bit of a happy hit for when you complete something. So Create isn't confusing to actually use it at all. There's a whole load of little individual bits components like the gear shift, which will allow you to reverse the direction of anything that it's attached to. So if I was to flip the lever that's down there underneath there, that would reverse that belt and anything that it's attached to. It would not reverse this belt because this belt is being driven from here. This mod is incredible. It really is an incredible mod. So anyway, I mean, the best thing to do is to kind of start sort of piecing this together and seeing where things sort of go from there. So this one needs a cutting machine so that I can cut the rods into bolts. So I will have bolts, I will have bolts, rings and plates. So this one will be some kind of autocrafter, I'm not sure what. Create does have one. I could use the create one. It's a bit expensive. No, maybe. It's just a mechanical crafter. I say it's a bit expensive. No, actually, no. I can easily make one of them. What I'm going to have trouble with, though, is I can use a mechanical arm, but I'll actually have to make... Well, obviously I have to make one, but the mechanical arm is a bit more complicated because it needs the precision mechanism, which I can make using lubricant and soldering alloy. Those are two things I don't have. I could set up a deployer system to make those. That's simple enough to do. Run a belt. And then yes, and I only need one of those. Fortunately, they can also break, and you get random salvage out of it. There's gold plate. Yeah, that's definitely doable. System I've got now, I'll put it on upstairs. Yeah, I could probably do that. Okay, so mechanical crafter here. These then need depots. God, how do I make a depot? I can't. Ah, yes. I think I've got some depots upstairs actually. So that's going to be one there, and then I will also put one there. Oh, I can actually just make them. I've got the stuff to do that. That goes into there, that goes into there, that goes into there. So this system will eventually be making cogs. Cogs? Yeah, aluminium gears, sorry. And it will just make them. It'll make them until the storage is full. I'll probably use there's a chest from Create that you can use that has configurable slots, so you can have it only be able to make technically like up to 64, because there won't be anywhere for the rest of it to go. That's probably going to be my way to do it. And then that will just be powered by Create Power. I want to use Create Power as much as possible because it's really scalable. It's very, very easy to throttle it up. I want to try and use as little EU as possible, especially from the modern industrialization machines, because they can only take their power through their cables, making it a little bit more complicated because things need to be, this needs to be powered by an LV connection. I can't put high voltage in it because it won't let me. I could also do with some more bauxite, but actually the thing may be done by now. Let's make one of them. Yep. And that should be running. That one. It's not running. Why is that not running? Okay. Oh yeah, because copper rings do need to be crafted manually, because I've run out of space. This is what I'm trying to avoid. The sheer level of needing to make standard components. Iron will be done at some point. That'll probably be my next one to build. There'll be a system that's just, it's going to be crafting iron, because I can do that. If you put a fan on gravel, there is a chance for it to drop an iron nugget. So obviously you can just run most of that through create. There's going to be a few sections that are going to be not going to be able to be made like that, but just to have a sort of a stockpile of useful components. This is what I'm going to need to be starting to do. Right, so I did say I was going to make another compressor. Yes, I do need another compressor. Right, except I don't have those two components, so that will now make that in that system. I've got a steel drill, so we can get that on. Except that that's not the one that I want. It needs to be in this one, because the bronze drill is going to be going into that one. And then I've got all that, and I've got this. There's a lot of little moving parts all over the place. I need to check this. Mixed blast-proof ingots. Blast-proof ingots is what I need to finish this. Now, each of these I need 8 plates for. Each two of these makes 1 plate. And this is not exactly a cheap thing to make either, because it needs tungsten, stainless steel, and titanium. Stainless steel needs... It goes on and on and on. It's a bit of a complicated mod, which is why you do need an AE system to make some of it. Until you get to the point where it's actually, you're thinking, there are better ways of doing this. Which is what I'm doing at the moment. Now, do I have a spare cutting machine? I don't think I do. Okay. I now need to make a cutting machine. I now need to make an invar gear. I now need to make invar. And iron. Just quickly shove the bronze through there. Get rid of that. Get rid of those. Let's see how long we're going for. 30 minutes. It's fine. Right, so that's enough invar. I need to nix that. What else can't I make? Conveyor. Motor. That's not what I wanted to pick up. Right. Let's see how we're doing. We've got 6, and we've got some more of them. Okay, motor. Is there anything else that I need? Oh yeah, the mechanical crafter. which of course needs some of that. Fine, use the birch. There we go. Right, so that's that. Deployers. I've got one deployer. Alright, do I have a spare place that I could put this? Let's have a look in the paper factory. Yeah. There's two ways of doing this. I'm going to do it the better way. Strip log, that one. So there are two ways of moving power along like this. You can use the encased chain drive, which is what I'm going to be using for this. Or you can use a belt. Either's fine. I just prefer the encased ones because they're encased. The belts are fine. And they're certainly fine for a certain sort of aesthetic. It's just that I think the encased ones just look better. Let's not go into that one. It's a bit of a mess in there. Like this one isn't. That's my deployer setup. Right. Next up, let's make 16 of. Wait, no. Oh, damn it! I've made way too many. It's fine. I can do that, and then I can make half of them into large cogwheels. And then I need some plates. So you can see how you would automate this better than I would probably already. It's just that at the moment I just want to put in a quick that'll do system so that I can make some, and then later on down the line revisit it. I know it's the last one. And I just need those gold. Right. Except I've only got one deployer. I'm not going to be able to do much with one. I need to make more brass hands. Brass hands needs that. I need brass sheet. So I need 8 of these. So deployers can be used for a whole variety of different things. An awful lot of the Create mod is actually fairly multi-use. Like the harvesters can be used for obviously harvesting all sorts of plant growth, including sugarcane and kelp. But things like the deployers can be used to use something or punch something or manipulate something in some way. I use them to plant trees on a tree farm. That one. Right. yeah, so you know, you chop down the trees and then it's planting the trees behind it. No, not this one. I'm going to here. And let's just move this one the way that we want it to be. And then we give this one some of that. And then is it, hold on. It's the precision mechanism. So it's, hold on. Second is large. First is that one, and then I can just do that. So what's it gonna? What it does is it just sort of moves it all along. Now, when it gets to the end, well, that's it. This needs to be done 5 times. So I just need to toss it in. Now, obviously, what you would probably end up doing is you could do something like this. Put in a depot here, so that when you throw it onto here, it's then going to go onto the depot when it's finished instead of just throw it onto the floor. That would allow you to use a precision arm to pick it up and maybe put it, you know, it could pick it up from here and put it onto the belt here to just run it again. And then you could have, say, a second arm, say about here, picking it up and putting it into a chest. I don't think actually it would be but you put it into an andesite funnel and then put it into a chest. So yeah, that's kind of these things are really useful. So I need some more brass. So we can now make rotation speed controllers. These are very useful. Train controls. How did I make the train controls before? I must have bodged together a system. They don't make very many things, but the things that they do make are really useful. And I have completed a quest, so I can just go up here. So I've made a precision mechanism. I get a reward and I get some music discs. Music discs and some wither lamps. Yeah, fine. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I can do. Let's just ditch that. Don't need it. I think I've got everything for the moment. Unless it can make me a cutting machine. That's now going to make me things. Right, let's go into here. Right, so the mechanical crafter is going to go on this plinth. Plinth? Yeah, stay on the plinth. Let's not do it on the plinth. Doesn't need to be on a plinth. Okay. We're then going to pull some power from somewhere. I can make this look better later. In fact, I can make it look better now. So I can pull it from here. Except I can't because that is... no, I can't do it that way. I would have to pull it off here. Well, I could pull it off here and then I could drop it down by 2. Yeah, I'll do that. Yes, of course, game wants it that way, right? Then that will be one of them. That will go. That will go over here, and then this will be a couple of cogs. Like that. Meanwhile, I can put in, just trying to work out where to put this one. I could put it here. Let's put it on top of here. Because this will be a shaft down. And then, yeah, so that will then put that into there. Right. Next up, I need to finish these bits off. That will get some power. Basically, just move through reasonably methodically. And all will be fine. Right, so I've got the encased. I will need the funnel. These ones. I need the blast funnels. Of course, I'm out of these. Yeah, so, okay, so gearboxes. Important thing to know about gearboxes, if I was to put one on here, it would reverse the direction that the other side is going at. So it would actually reverse this one. So, yeah, just something just to consider when you are building these insane creations. Right. Nope. So these will allow me to filter. And the direction of the arrows shows which way round they are actually going. So bolts, rings, plates. Just need a plate. Easy way of getting a plate: just drop it under the thing that's going to be making plates. So gear. Plates are indeed in the corners. Right, I need more of them, and then I can set up the. Then the arms will be happy. Oh dear. Yeah, that'll do. Oh no, not this one. Next horror showdown. Here. Let's fix this side bit. There you go. Just shrouds it all in so you don't have to look at it. You can also right click on these bits to give it a little bit more of a platform. It's all just cosmetic, and you can also do gears. So it shrouds it all in, so you've not just got this random sort of floating gear. It does look good that way. This needs a depot for now. Yes, yeah, we'll just use a depot for now. That's nope. Oh, no, no. Right. I need to just grab another one of these and stop using my last one. Right. So I'm going to be taking these items from this depot, and we are going to be placing them into these sections here. So now when this has an item, it's going to detect in a moment. That should have worked. Let me just move this over by one. Not entirely sure why that's not doing what I want it to do. There it goes. Probably want to put a rotational speed control or something on here. The downside, obviously, if you're speeding things up, it's going to put more stress on the system. So you know these are things to consider, and it's why the section at the top is so questionable at the moment. So I just need to. But the bulk of the system is now done. Essentially, it's just a case of hooking these bits up, adding some power in. But I've pretty much done the sort of create side of it. It's just going to be a case of putting in these things. So yeah, once this is all done, you know, the system is just going to basically make a whole bunch of useful stuff and store some of it. That's basically all that this system does. Some of the things it's going to be doing is I want it to take these the plates and turn them into these sort of other types of plate in the electric compressor, and then that will just store that somewhere probably over here. So my plan for these is to have some way of getting it to maybe this wall, and then I can just put like some barrels or something along here, so I can just come down, and if I need something I can just take it out there if I've not got an AE system up. But anyway, that's basically the lot. That's kind of all I wanted to do today. I may revisit this, but yeah, if you're kind of watching create stuff, it's not difficult to kind of learn it. There's just an awful lot of different sort of ways that you can use and create, and there's no sort of one way either, which I think is what makes this mod quite so powerful. There are certainly all sorts of ways that you could build your systems up to make them as good as they can possibly be. This is just sort of one sort of example of how you might be able to do a ore filtration system that it pulverizes it twice, and then it cooks it over the lava, and then it sends it up into the AE system, and I get loads of bars out of it. And that's fed from that quarry thing, the electric quarries here. Oh, I've got 8 bauxite from that steel drill. Ugh. The drills are... It's actually really the reason why I'm doing all of this is because of the drills. The stainless steel drill takes a lot, and there is this very, very big risk that once you've made a drill, it may not actually get much in the way of resources, which is slightly annoying. So yeah, they just sort of burn out after a bit. And I need more iron dust so that it can make steel, because these are all things that I probably should automate. But anyway, I think I'm going to go now. I've got a few other bits that I want to just do on the factory, but I'll just potter around and get those bits done. We may revisit this in the future. Hopefully not with these huge sort of 4-month gaps between content, because it's there's some interesting things out there, and I quite like to share some of this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to vacate now. So I hope you've enjoyed it, those people who watch afterwards. And I hope maybe it might find, somebody might actually find some of this wacky create stuff useful for your own factories in Minecraft. But anyway, I'm going to go now and have a nice long drink. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I will see you